It was a very quick decision, quick marriage, and in a month's time we were engaged and married and everything. Right from day one, he always treated me as his equal.
I think we can live for another 100 years or so.
True. Very true.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Indian Matchmaker Season 1 episode. This is not Season 1, Season 3, Episode 3. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So, we finally get to meet Ashay's family, and it went really well.
An ABCD is an American-born confused desi, and I like to think that that's not what I am.
I like them as a couple. Now let's see what happens.
Then it's up to them to decide.
Yeah, but we will be happy if they come together.
Yeah.
थोड़े दिन
बाद फिर in August.
She's always welcome, anytime.
Aww.
Vera was trying her best to come across as a viable candidate for Ashay to marry, and it worked. The parents are saying she's always welcome. They would not mind her joining the family whatsoever. It looks like things are good. However, on social media, things are not so good. Somebody in the Discord shared, I think it was a Reddit thread about Ashay, and apparently he has been found on Hinge. Now, I will say, could it be a catfish? Absolutely. It's 2023. It doesn't even have to be 2023 for it to be a catfish. They've been catfishing from time, right? However, I have been feeling like his aloof nature would lead him to not end up marrying Viral. Haven't seen the rest of the season. I don't know. But something about Ashay seems unserious to me. So I kind of believe that he is on a dating app. I would believe that he's on Hinge because it aligns with what I already feel about him. So I'm going to run with that story. Now I'm very intrigued in how this story ends because, yeah, I don't know. Ashay? Something's not fully clicking for me. Rochelle has finally made a decision on who she wants to go on the date with, and she chooses Tashar. Now, Tashar and Rochelle are equally as awkward at the beginning of this date. But then things start to go well, and you're like, oh, okay. And then it crashes and burns.
Do you also do poetry?
I do. Yes.
Right, yeah. I did some research.
We spoke about few good things, and I think जैसा कि दोनों का same interest है, so we could talk, like we could make a conversation. The family thing, you know, really put me off. I stay with my parents. I prefer it that way, I think.
Okay.
Easy, no?
So that's like a safe comfort zone.
It is.
Right?
It is.
She says that her parents also struggle to let her go. And I'm like, okay, but I don't think they're struggling as much as you making it seem. I think she is a little bit more attached to the parents than she's making it seem they are to her. I think there is an attachment, 1000%. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So basically where things go left with these two is their perspective on family involvement and all of that. She 1000% wants to stay with her parents, even in marriage. He feels like when he went to the States and he came back, he had to stay with his parents and he was feeling suffocated by them. He didn't appreciate how his mother was treating him like a young kid, especially after experiencing all the freedom that he was experiencing in the States. So returning home was just a hell no for him. Their different perspectives on family involvement is ultimately what led to them saying, you know what, it's not going to work romantically. And I think there's a space in between where things can work. I understand Rochelle in saying, you know, I've been through so much and we have been through so much as a family, and I just want to make sure that they're okay. And if I can provide for them, especially since they have sacrificed so much to get me where I'm at, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay and provide. And for him, there is a freedom in having your own space and doing your own thing and not having your parents hover over you. I think that there's a way for them to find a middle ground. I think he's a little bit more reasonable in his thinking, but Rochelle needs to unpack this in therapy, number one, but two, understand that a little bit of distance is not detrimental to your relationship with your parents. You can even have a cul-de-sac situation. You ain't gotta live in the house with your family, but they can be down the road. You know, you ain't gotta be in the home with your husband. Your husband. No. In California, we meet Vikesh. So let me clear up the whole thing that because I'm just thinking right now. If your life is at a point where you do need that safety net of your family, even though you're married, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that's an issue. The issue is feeling as if, as a person, you cannot function without being attached to your mom's hip. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, listen, people fall on hard times. Maybe you need to stay with the parents for a little bit, rent out the basement or the guest house or something until y'all get back on your feet. But there's an intention to get back on your feet. Whereas with Rochelle, there's no intention. She wants to be in that home forever. Okay? I just wanted to make that clear. In California, we meet Vikesh. Vikesh is coming to terms that, maybe I am a little bit too picky and my perspective on marriage is not realistic.
Initially, it was like a Hindi-speaking doctor who was from the same community my parents are from.
Marriage is almost glorified and fantasized too much.
Don't you come down singing every morning?
Yeah, right.
He wanted Brahmin. And I was shocked. He doesn't know anything about Brahmin and he's not practicing. Then why do he want a Brahmin girl?
Honestly, most of what he has on his list is reasonable. Because he was so picky, I would have thought that the stuff was just ridiculous. But on his list, he says he wants somebody who's educated, energetic, attractive, wants kids. He's even okay with them being a couple years older than him. But where the issue comes in is that he wants somebody who's Brahmin. He is not Brahmin. He doesn't practice. He drinks, he eats meat and all that stuff. So Sima aunties, they're like, so then why do you want somebody Brahmin when you're not? I think he said that he wants them for the community aspect of it. So I guess he was raised Brahmin or his relatives are Brahmin. And so he wants somebody who's familiar with that community, but he himself is not. So to expect that from your partner, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense. So since Priya did not work it out with Bobby, poor Bobby, Seema brings another candidate who's damn near to the T, without the hair, to the T what Priya's looking for, and she is still being critical.
6 foot, okay.
6 foot.
He's Gujarati.
The Rajkot.
It's to maintain a balance in his personal professional life. I like that. I think a healthy amount of ambition. He's the only child. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily choose this person, but I also never used Matchmaker before either.
Priya's never getting married. Priya is never getting married. And I saw a TikTok the other day of how much these people pay Seema Auntie for her matchmaking abilities. You're going to put in all this money for you to not even put in an effort with these people? Girl, you know how much these people are forking out almost 20K. Let me say up to. So not everybody is 20K, but it can be, I forget. I think I'm just going to put it in the TikTok.
Did you guys know that Seema Auntie charges $20,000 for her services?
Only 20,000? Seema auntie, man, come on.
$20,000? No way. I believe so, yes, USD.
Yes, she only charges that money to get your name into her books, but you won't even put your name out in the portfolio.
Have you done some research? How do you know this?
Twitter.
Twitter. That's where all the facts are. Okay.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I kind of think she's incompetent.
I could see Seema Auntie charging 45 now. And she's terrible what she does.
Her track record ain't so good.
$20,000 if it's successful or not?
Yeah, just for a shot.
That's a little overpriced in my opinion.
Yeah, to find that person, you could do it for free.
Yo, my mom and my nanny do this for free, so, I'm offering alternative services.
That is friggin' ridiculous. That is freaking ridiculous. I'm not gonna judge her pricing because there's pricing like that in other matchmaking as well. When I was reviewing the Atlanta matchmaking show, there was a woman whose intake was 50K. So, no judgment here on the price. I'm more judging Priya. Girl, you put in so much money just for you to be closed-minded? I don't know. I wish I had that much money. So much money that I could just waste it on a matchmaker and just be like, no, don't like it. No. Wow. What a life. Ashay brings Viral to a jewelry store. You might be wondering for what? I too am wondering for what, because it's not for an engagement. So why are we here?
We can remove the one chain and the same thing you can match it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, if you insist.
You want it? I think it looks really good on you. We'll take these. Huh? Yeah, we'll take the
bracelet and the earrings.
I literally don't have thoughts about this scene. I have no idea what we're doing here. Literally no idea. She didn't ask for the jewelry, and it seems as if lavish gifts kind of put her off a little bit. She did accept the gifts that he got for her, but it looks as if he's trying to present himself as a big baller. And I'm wondering why. Why are you not investing this money in us getting engaged? Like, let's put some money into our wedding. Forget this random bracelet and earrings for nothing, please. Like, what are we doing here? Even the people at the jewelry store were like, "Oh, is this for your engagement?" He's like, "No." Ashay, be for real. Well, not what I like, a random diamond bracelet. Yes, but I'd want it from somebody who seems serious about me. And I don't think Ashay's that serious. Seema has found 3 matches for Vikash. All of them have one thing that he would have to compromise on, but everything else is pretty much what he's looking for.
So his criteria were tall girl, extrovert, and a Hindi-speaking girl from US, and she should want a family. She's saying she doesn't want kids. That's one thing.
She doesn't want
Kids.
She prefers that he's at least 5'10". I get in trouble for saying height, but all these girls have height requirements.
Right, yeah.
She'd like to meet someone who has hair and isn't balding. I don't know if I meet that criteria.
I think that out of the 3 options, the one who doesn't want kids should be an absolute no. There are things that we don't think are core values until marriage comes along and you realize, this is a core value of mine. I shouldn't have compromised on that. I think kids is going to be one of those for him. So let's not even go over there, okay? He ended up picking the last woman. We don't actually get to see the date. They give us a little bit of a teaser on the end. She's a pretty girl. Pretty. So, Vikash, I already know he's going to give me a hard time. I already know he's going to be unserious. But yeah, we're going to have to stay tuned to see how that date goes. The episode ends with Priya on her date. We can all agree that the date with Bobby wasn't a fit. However, this date is such a snooze fest. Honestly, bring Bobby back.
Do you normally do dinner as a first date?
Why not? Are you a fan of ice cream? Do you have any favorite flavors?
I think ice cream is so overrated.
Oh, okay. I haven't lived with anyone, actually.
Oh, you've never lived with
So,
anyone?
yeah. I don't know what it could be.
She is alarmed that her date is 38 years old and has never lived with a woman. I wonder what his relationship history is. Maybe he said it on the date and I'm just not remembering. But yeah, I think I would be a little bit concerned too. She expressed that in her marriage, that was an issue. Even though they had been together for so long, cohabitating was a different kind of monster that she didn't realize. So him being older and never having lived with anybody, it would be a big adjustment for him. And I don't think she's going to have the patience to have to work that out with him. He might be just so set in his ways at almost 40. Yeah, it's just looking like a battle. But even beyond that, they decided that romance was not there on both sides. They both weren't feeling the vibe, so that's the end of that relationship. I think you were too hasty on Bobby, girl. I think you were too hasty. I think Bobby is a good man, and Bobby would be a good man to you. I'm probably being very hypocritical because would I give Bobby a chance? No, but it's not about me. It's about you. So look, you got rid of the ball of energy, the one who was exciting, the one who was had a fervor for life and all of that, and you got stuck with this man here who's boring. Justice for Bobby. Anyways, that's all for it today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.